Hello, my name is Rezvan and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I want to talk about 3D origami paper. The best paper for 3D origami, it is the colored printer paper, 80 grams per square meter. The format of the paper is the European A4 format with dimension 210 millimeters by 297 centimeters. I know that in some countries like United States and many more, this format it is not used, and for this we will modify the letter format from United States with dimension 11-inch in length and 9.5 wide. Very important it is the ratio between the length of the rectangular of the paper and the width of this rectangular of paper. If we divide 297 millimeters to 210 millimeters, we obtain a ratio of 1.41. To make a good 3D origami pieces, we need a ratio between the length and the width of the paper between 1.3 and 1.45. At the letter format used in USA and other countries with dimension 11-inch length and 9.5 wide, the ratio between the length and the width of the paper it is only 1.15, and this is not enough to obtain good quality pieces. We need to cut about an inch from the width of the paper like this, and we will obtain a better ratio. Now we have 11-inch length and 8.5 wide, and with this we will have a ratio about 1.3, and this is a much better ratio for make 3D origami paper. The pieces will be a little smaller, but this is not a problem. About the thickness of the paper, I use many kinds of paper from wrapping paper, very thin, to newspaper and magazine paper, and even a thicker paper, about 120 grams per square meter. But the best paper remains the 80 grams per square meter paper. The thick paper has some advantages and disadvantages. It is quite hard to fold, but the pieces will be a little bit more resistant in time. The pieces made from thicker paper have a little bit less flexibility, and some models are impossible to make from these pieces. And for this I recommend you to use 80 grams per square meter paper. It is the best paper for 3D origami. You can use any kind of format if you have a ratio between 1.3 and 1.45. To cut the paper I use a knife. This is not a sharp knife. You can use also a special paper knife. I recommend you to not use scissor for this operation. Now we cut the paper. First, we will fold the paper in two, like this, in half. And now we cut in two, like this. And in time, with the dexterity, you can make this operation with several sheets of paper in the same time. And now we have two rectangulars of paper with size 1 to 2. Next we take this rectangular of paper and we fold again in two, in half, like this. And now we cut again the rectangular of paper. We obtain again two rectangular of paper with the size 1 to 4. We take this rectangle of paper and we fold again in half. And now we have another two rectangular of paper. These rectangular of paper are the size 1 to 8. Next, we take this rectangle of paper, size 1 to 8, and we fold again like this. We cut again in half, and we obtain two rectangles of paper with the size 1 to 16. Now we will fold this rectangle of paper again in half, like this, and then we cut. And now we have two rectangles of paper size 1 to 32. These are large pieces that I use in my models. Next, we fold again this rectangle of paper in half, and then we cut. And now we have two rectangles of paper size 1 to 64. These are the small pieces I use in many models I create. Now we can fold again this small rectangle of paper in half, and when we cut this we will need a sharper tool because it's quite hard to cut. I will use a sharp cutter. These very small rectangle of paper are the dimension 1 to 128, and I will use these pieces very rarely because they are quite difficult to make. Now I will repeat the sizes. This rectangle of paper 1 to 2, this is 1 to 4, 1 to 8, 1 to 16, 1 to 32, this one is 1 to 64, and the last one and the smallest 1 to 128. If you like this tutorial, please subscribe, rate, make comments, and share my videos. This is all for today. Have a nice day.